join me on my V4 Rally first ride and stay till the end to see what happens. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah! So it is a Canadian winter right here, and if you can't ride a motorcycle, I'm gonna go hit out the trails in a side-by-side, you know? It's just what you do out here in Canada. So guys, I managed to dig up some footage of my first ride on the Ducati Multistrada V4 Rally, and as you saw from the first intro there, what happened to the bike. So stay tuned for the whole thing and see what happens on at the end of it. Is it destructible or indestructible? This is my first ride. Let's see how she goes. Let's start her up. Let's see how. Oh, what's this? Oh wow! Whoa! First ride, and I just put my other jacket. So I have never ridden this yet. Been wanting to, so I got heated grips and seats in this puppy on this bad boy. Okay, here we go, the first ride. Oh my god guys, so coming up that hill, pretty good. Adjusting the front windshield to block all the wind. Clearly this is my first ride. Still, I'm adjusting the side mirrors. You know this isn't being faked. But anyways, yeah, the bike feels pretty good right now. I got no wind on me, just flipped down the visor. I think it's like, what is it, 2 degrees outside? Pretty cold outside. Yeah, what can I say about it? So far so good. The get up and go, just adjusting the handguards because it is pretty chilly outside, and these are spring/summer gloves, so my hands are getting a little bit chilly already in about what, just 2 minutes of riding. Yeah, we're going on the ride here. The ride feels super smooth, very comfortable. Barely any wind on my head. I can even flick the visor and I hear absolutely feel nothing on my face. Yeah, the hand grips work really well. Heated seats feel really good. Yeah, let's check out this windscreen. What a difference this windscreen makes. When you have it down, you feel all the wind on your head, but when you put it back up, zero wind. I was actually able to ride with my visor up during 3-degree weather and still feel nice and warm. Very cool ride, very buttery smooth. The acceleration, the clicks. Yeah, this bike is very maneuverable, very flickable. Like, you point it in one direction and it just goes. I'm so glad I got this bike. When I was at the motorcycle store, I think a couple weeks ago, I had tested out the V4S, just the normal one, and that's exactly why I ended up getting this bad boy a couple weeks after. Just the fit and feel of this bike as you just rip on the throttle, it's completely different from my other adventure bike. I came from a BMW GS 2018, and oh my god, compare that with this destroys it hands down, and I thought that was an excellent bike. Just playing around with heated seats, just seeing how they work, and they're really toasty. They have 3 settings. 2 heat settings on it, low and a high, low, medium, high, I think. And even the hand grips have 3 different settings, so that's pretty cool. So now I'm just playing with this interface here and messing around with the rider modes. I believe I put it on urban here. So this is my first ride, and Ducati makes this bike so easy and so user friendly that for my first ride I'm able to sift through all the menus so easily. I think on my BMW it was like a flywheel, like a Rolodex thing. That was a bit harder to get used to, but this Ducati, easy peasy. Now let me talk to you guys a little bit about why I chose this V4 Rally over the normal V4S or the Pikes Peak or even the V4 RS. I'll start at the top with the V4 RS. Well, the dealer told me that they have you have to change out the dry clutch after 6,000 kilometers or so. I was like, and it's a pretty expensive change, so that I was like, no way. And then the V4S, it was nice, but honestly, the one that I tried, the handlebars are shaking, but this one, whew, I'm so glad that these handlebars don't shake. I don't know what the difference is, but this is so sturdy and it's just so planted so well. Pikes Peak, I like the look of the Pikes Peak, but in all honesty, I'm a sucker for longer rides and less wind against my head on those longer rides, so that I can be very comfortable. And this just ticks all those boxes. Once again, it's 2 degrees outside, and I'm just riding and I'm just enjoying up this day, when if I were on any other bike, I would be probably frozen to death already. So the heated seats, grips, and just the air vortex that this thing puts you in, oh buddy, this thing is a gem to ride. One of the cool features that this has is the blind spot detection monitoring. I mean, I think that's pretty cool. I've never had a bike that had it. I still like to look. I don't like to rely on the bike, but it's just cool that that's an extra thing that's there for your safety. The aluminum cases, apparently it's angled in a certain way so that it's more stable at super high speeds, which is kind of my thing. Adaptive cruise control, that's pretty cool, right? I've never had a bike that had that. So it's not just normal cruise control, it adapts to cars or bikes ahead of you, and apparently there's 4 levels, and that's awesome. But apparently I think it only works between 30 and 160 kilometers per hour, so that ain't too bad. Just stay in the speed limit, easy. Alright, here we go. Let's keep rolling along here. So decided to do go a little bit slower here, slow down the pace, chill up behind this van, just cruise along with this. Man, passing with this bike, so effortless, so easy. I guess thanks to this 1158cc V4 Granturismo engine, 170 horsepower. I don't know what all these numbers mean, I just know that it works. So apparently you can cut off the 170 horsepower into 115 when you go into off-road riding mode, which is pretty cool. You don't want that much power off-road, right? Also in this V4 Rally model, you can cut off the rear cylinders when this bike is stationary, and you end up saving a lot of gas, and it increases your range when you're going on far trips. Not to mention the 30-gallon fuel tank. I mean, you can go on forever in this thing. So that's a huge difference, and I like Ducati for that. Thanks, Ducati. So here we're coming to a stop. I am for the first time trying to lower the suspension. Oh man, do I feel it going down. So this thing is so cool. I did the lower suspension and I felt my feet just fall to the floor completely flat. It's pretty fun. And this is like why I ride, seeing nice lands. Once again, the videos don't do this justice, but riding 2 degree weather, nobody else is riding because for sport bikes it's too cold, nakeds it's too cold, a lot of other bikes it's too cold. That's why I opted for this Rally edition, because of the bigger wind protection, bigger tank, and just I like the aluminum look at it, just turning into this left-hand turn, so smooth. It feels so good, guys. I couldn't even explain it if I could. This other left here, boom, just so easy and effortless. This bike really just, wherever you point at it, it just works. And let's try the acceleration on this. When you want it to go, guys, it just goes. I think I'm in 3rd gear here. effortlessly reaching up to 100. Oh boy. And just again, this beautiful day here riding. I'm so fortunate to be on this bike. If I could go back to choosing any Multistrada, I'm very happy that I went with this one. Once again, I enjoy the 30-gallon fuel tank. I enjoy the blind spots, radar, bigger windshield, heated seats, grips, especially that air vent thing. Oh my god, it's just blocking all the wind, and I'm just able to enjoy this ride so much more because it's not cold at all. It's amazing, guys. Let's stop a second and let's just see why we do this as a sport, guys. This riding. Look at that sun just gleaming in your face. What time is it? Like 9 a.m.? I have no clue, but look at that sun. Obviously the video isn't doing it justice, but just being able to ride on a cold, crisp day. Nobody else is riding, guys, because nobody else has... I don't know why people don't have heated gear. Yeah, you can layer up all your clothes. That's fine. But that radiant heat you get from that heated gear touching your skin, it feels like you're in a sauna. It's not like you're insulating and just like trying to keep warm and hanging in there. You get a nice hot sensation. I'm gonna make a video for you guys after this episode about heated gear and show you which ones I bought and why I bought the whole thing and why I bought what I did buy. But yeah, without that said, just, you know, I'm looking at the bike, just trying to see what I can do. I'm getting the hang of this bike now, so I can play around more with it. Yeah, guys, look at that temperature. 1 degree almost, I think. Is it 2 or 1? 2, 1, whatever. And I'm still pretty warm. Like, there's no tiredness from me whatsoever. Well, maybe it's the adrenaline, I have no clue. But yeah, completely warm. Still perfect. Still nice and cozy. Yes, just checking on my hands, seeing if they're nice and toasty. Indeed, they are still toasty. Thanks to those handguards. In a more severe, it's funny, I'm not even wearing my winter gloves. I'm wearing my spring, summer, hot summer gloves, and my hands are still perfectly fine. I do switch them over into my winter gear later on in this video, but for now, these handguards are actually blocking a lot of the wind for me, so that's great. I do have a certain type of thing I throw over these handguards, and I'll make a video for you guys next on those and why I chose the Hippo hands over other brands, and we'll do a video on those just to show you guys why it's so good. But if you have that coupled with your heated grips and heated gloves, oh my god, your hands are never going to be cold. I swear to god, you can be like minus 40 degrees weather on this bike and still be able to ride without your hands freezing over. Okay guys, so this is the only part I miss about my GS. On my GS, those side protection crash bars, I can put my feet up and cruise along that way and just stretch out my legs like I'm laying out on the patio. But I am gonna throw on some Hwy pegs for this. I didn't even know that they existed, but now that I do, I'm gonna go grab them, slap them on, and put my feet up while I ride on this bad boy. Adaptive cruise control with my feet up. Oh my god, I can't wait till it gets nicer outside. Now, going on long rides with that combo, oh my god, that's a blessing in disguise. I think I can probably do like 10,000 kilometers in one single day. For springtime, rip it up into I might go to Alberta, Canmore, Banff area. Probably like a 5,000 kilometer drive, maybe up to Cape Breton again. A couple years ago, I went up to Cape Breton, but on my BMW GS. I would love to take this thing up there. I'm actually making a video on that. You guys can watch it later if you would like to. But for now, look at this. I'm about to hop on the 401. In Canada, Toronto, it's called the 401. And this is our, I guess, Highway 95 or 75, like you guys down in the States. But this bike, let's see what it can do. I think I'm on touring mode or urban mode here still. Oh, here I switch it to sport. Let's go. So we are gonna test out sport mode, see how easy it is just to switch from touring to sport. My first time riding, it's so intuitive, this bike. They just did it so perfectly. But here we go, let's see what highway speeds are. Oh, we're already at highway speeds. This bike just is relentless. It just pushes and pushes and pushes, and this bike doesn't even feel like you're going that fast. That's how comfortable and how secure this bike is. No wobble whatsoever. It honestly doesn't feel like I'm going this speed, because it's just so effortless to get up there. And just, guys, it's so funny because it's 2-degree weather and nobody else is riding because it's crazy cold out here. But cars are looking at me going, what is this crazy guy doing out here? But literally they know is I'm riding a V4 Rally Multistrada and I have heated gear on. That's the difference. I just love motorcycling, guys. It's such a peaceful activity. Not to mention, like, cars are great, but when you get stuck in traffic and you can't go that fast and you gotta pay so much for gas these days just to make them go, that's why I love bikes. I love the freedom of motorcycles. I love just that raw exhilaration that you get from the acceleration. It's like you're free. About to get off this highway here, and I'll tell you, it's the turning through this turn here, coming off, the buttery smooth gears going down, and oh my god, these turns are just, oh, love it, absolutely love it, love it. Don't know what else to say. Oh, I keep going on my ride here, eh? I keep going long. Okay, guys, keep watching. The thing that you guys want to see at the end is almost coming up. Stay with this video until the end and see how this bike went down. Let's go. Oh, here I am testing out touring mode. See, from sport to touring. I just want to get a feel for the bike, see the different modes it has. I guess touring mode would probably save me some gas. It also changes the suspension quite a bit. It makes it feel, I guess, softer, more plush, right? Feels good. Right here I tried to do the minimizing suspension, but didn't have time. We'll get her on the next time. Until then, keep on riding. Let's check out the power on this guy. Oh, guys, this I shouldn't have been riding this fast on this small street here, but it's so easy to just lose your license on this bike. It's so big, it looks like an elephant, I know, but it's so deceiving. Everybody thinks like, oh, a big bike. No, I've ridden a big bike before. I've ridden, I think, an Indian, yeah, the Indian chieftain or whatever. That bike is so slow. I rode it. I'll go into another rant on that next time. Tell you all about it. I'll make a review on that. It's funny. I was riding this bike to my my motorcycle dealer, and they let me test out the Indian. So I jumped from this bike that I just got to that Indian, and I'll let you guys see my reactions to the Indian on the next one. But here, this is why I love this. I just pulled up to a dock, and I'm about to get off and just do a quick walk around. So stick with it, guys. Okay, so I don't know what else to say about this bike other than holy shit, it's good. God damn. And it's a good looking bike too. Look at that thing. Holy f***. And I'm not even cold. And if I wore my real gloves, the wind blockage on this thing is amazing. Wow. Okay, I'm in love. This is my new world traveler. This leather jacket and this heated gear, it's runs so smoothly and perfectly together. Wow. The only thing I don't like about this, well, it's not a big deal, but this box, it's always got to be open and closed with the freaking key.
Yeah, so I literally just got a little bit carried away, you know, just staring at this bike in the sun and just getting off it for the first time after riding it and just looking at it. I couldn't help but keep swearing. I don't know why. I don't usually swear that much, but this bike really did do it. And yeah, let's jump back on and see what else she's got. Now I'm putting on my warmer gloves so that it'll be totally hot and warm. So here we go. Let's get it back.
God. Oh my god. I got my gloves on. Nothing.
Alright, let's get up and go. So, from a standstill, moving this bike, it's so easy. I mean, it's so deceiving. This bike is massive, yet this slow speed cornering maneuvers is so easy. It's like, I don't know how Ducati did it, but they did. Also, this preload suspension on this thing goes lower in the lower speed, so it's like it's easier to get it off the kickstand. Oh man. I don't know how Ducati's gonna top this bike, but I hope that they do, because I'm sold. Ducati sold me on this one. Oh, funny thing, I know how they can top this. The aluminum side cases. Lose the key or get like a push button opening up of the boxes so that they can lock with a button. I mean, to always put the key in and then open it and close it and leave the key in there, that's really annoying. But just a little thing, not a deal breaker. So on this part of the ride, guess what I did? I discovered hill hold. Yes, you see that yellow button on the dash? That means that this bike is in hill hold. This was an amazing find. I always knew that this was here, but wasn't comfortable enough with the bike to try it. This, oh my god, this feature just totally blew my mind away. I can take my foot or hand off the brake and literally it holds itself. And then right here I was testing to see whether I have to hold down the brake again just to be able to go. To deactivate it, you can do it that way, but you can also just accelerate. When you start accelerating on this bike, the hill hold just disappears as well, which I found just... what a creature comfort Ducati. Ducati just made this literally a Swiss Army blade. This bike literally is a Mercedes-Benz S-Class of motorcycles. It can just do everything. And it does just so stylishly. Oh my god. Oh, there I go again, trying to look for somewhere to put my foot. Because on my GS, those crash bars, I can put my foot up. And guys, it's so comfortable when you can put your feet up. If you don't have highway pegs or a place to put your feet up while you're riding, you don't know what you're missing. It's literally like sitting on a couch while riding. It's fun. It really changes the whole day, especially when you're on like a 5-hour, 10-hour ride. You gotta put your feet up somewhere, right? Here we go under the bridge, getting up to a roundabout here. Oh my god, the roundabout here treated this bike, went through it so good, so effortlessly. Oh my god, you guys wouldn't even believe that turn. These turns on this are so crazy. And then here I'm about to rip it, see what it can actually do, and it goes. Yeah, at this point I'm probably excited in my helmet. you guys can't hear. I'll fix my mic for the next rides. I didn't have it connected to my Bluetooth some reason, so that's why the voice on that was a bit choppy. But yeah, let's keep going and seeing what the end result of this ride is that I'm sure you guys are about to find out. Okay, this part of the ride, sport mode. So I put it on sport mode on the small streets, not on the highway this time, to see where it can take me. And we'll see where it can take me very soon. Well, it's taking me pretty good right now, but let's get up to the stop sign, which I know is up there, and we'll go. Okay, we're here to see the sport mode in action on a small street. Guys, 1 gear, 2, 3. Oh, it's already up to speed. Oh god. The acceleration on just... This bike is dangerous. It is easy to use your license. So, use throttle at your just passing. You use throttle at your discretion. It's easy way to lose your license. I'm gonna be doing some future videos on how to minimize your interactions with the police. It's called Waze, but I've been accumulating tons and tons of footage where it's actually showing the cops of them being nearby or up front, and it shows how many times it can get a motorcyclist out of a jam, and perfectly legal too. Pretty cool. So yeah, just enjoy the rest of this ride with me. We're gonna go to the final end soon, and we're gonna see what happens. So at this point, I'm just rolling on home and turning, and boom, there she went. So the gravel was really soft. It just washed out under the bike while I was turning. And this is a 45-degree incline. And guys, this is why it's so important, you know, to work out and, you know, stay strong. Because it's a 600-pound bike, and I'm on a 45-degree incline with soft, mushy sand gravel underneath.
Alright guys, yeah, so that was the fall on the ground. It was crazy. I was so worried that something happened to the bike, but fortunately Ducati built this thing like a tank. I mean, it looks like a tank, and it was a tank. Not even a scratch, well, a tiny little scratch, but you can't even see. It's like a little nubbin. It's like a battle wound. It's nothing. You wouldn't even know that it's there. Yeah, it was a heavy bike, 600-pound bike to lift up. But yeah, that was the review. I'm going to do more summer rides and more adventures in the future, and I hope that you guys can join me on those. They're going to be quite the long rides. And so if you like this video, hit that like, smash that subscribe, and tell me, what's your favorite Multistrada? Is it the Pikes Peak, the V4S, the Rally, the VRS? I know that they did come out with the new Multistrada lineups. What are your thoughts on that? Tell me about that.